Welcome to church. We're back. Episode 188 of This World Blows, the comedy podcast. This might look a little different. I'm kind of resituating. I had to rechange some monitors in here. And, I have a very expensive studio that you can't see because of this little cardboard tinsel wall. But behind me, there's about $100,000 in gear. And I had to change some stuff. So, it might look a little different, but it might also look the exact same. Who knows? So what's been going on? Well, stories have been piling up, guys. A lot of interesting things have been piling up. For one, I saw and filmed, or at least I took a picture of, the man, I don't know I guess I call him Paint Man. There's a crazy man that walks around that covers himself physically in house paint on his face, clothes, hand, like everything. Like he looks camouflaged if he's next to certain walls. And I've covered it before because to me, this is a real crazy person. This is exactly what I mean when I say there should be a line between someone who understands wearing pants and someone who's crazy. Because I just think that there's a lot of people that we go, well, they're crazy, but it's like they know how to tie their shoes. They know they're not wearing pants on their head. Like they understand a lot of things. But when I see a guy take toxic, chemical, horrible paint and every day douse himself head to toe with it, that to me, I go, that's a real crazy guy. And I respect that and I like that. That's if you're gonna live in the streets and be living that life, then it's like he's authentic. He's a character I remember and want to film. I want to give him money. I don't want him to cover himself in paint, but I'm just saying I appreciate the difference between this kind of character and then someone who, quite frankly, has better clothes than me. There's a lot of homeless people I see that are wearing clothes that are certainly newer than my clothes. Not saying their life is better than mine or is great, but I'm just saying I can appreciate these characters. So Paint Man is there. There's also this new character I noticed. There's a guy the other day I saw. He's riding a one-wheel, carrying a dog, wearing giant headphones, and smoking a vape all at the same time. Like he can't stop to do any of these things. And I saw him whizzing past. I either filmed him or maybe I got a picture. We'll see, whatever's up on the screen here. But I had to capture this because I was like, this guy is trying to die for sure because he's doing all these things at one time. And that's usually the kind of behavior of a little wilder person. So I was like, maybe this is, but he's got a one wheel and he's not homeless. But either way, forgot about him. A couple days later, I walk out of Starbucks. He's there. And for whatever reason, he goes, "Hey, man." And he walks up to me. And I was like, oh, no. Now, he probably saw me filming him or something the other day. And he remembers me. That's my first thought. And he walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, man." I can't remember what he said. But he's doing this weird trick that certain people do, which is they pretend like they're asking you for money, and then they want to trick you with they're not asking you for money. So they do like a kind of a gotcha to like make you feel bad that you assumed they wanted money. And this has happened enough to me that it's not new. But so he does that thing to me where he's like, "Excuse me." He asked me if I wanted $5. He tries to spin it as, "No, I was just trying to stop you and see if you wanted, if I could give you some money." And this is a weird interaction, but again, I've experienced this kind of thing before. It's usually of a scam artist of some type or some just weird person, maybe a methy person, a drugged up person, someone weird. And he definitely did seem to be like that, but I had to be like, no, I'm good, but there's definitely people around here that could use that because there are, like the Paint Man, there's tons of people that could use that $5 if you're really trying to be altruistic. But he was clearly doing something weird. But, I was close enough to look at him. He pulled out his wallet. He wasn't homeless. And he had this dog and this vape and this one wheel, and his glasses looked homemade. Like he's a very strange character, but he was trying to pull something weird on me. And then, I gave a fist pound and then washed my hand when I got home. I don't know what this guy's up to, but he's a new character, the vape dog, one-wheeler man. I don't think he's homeless, but he's a character that I predict now I'm going to start seeing him around a lot. And I probably should have given him fake information or something to keep him away from me. What's going on in the news, guys? Well, guess what? We don't care. But there's always a lot of stuff. But the main thing I notice, sometimes I'll just look at the news or I'll look at what's going on in stories and I'll just literally see a visual aspect and I'll go, that's actually what the truth is. That's actually the angle. So Kanye saying whatever he's saying, Kanye doing whatever he's doing, just take a look at the back of Kanye's head, and the story tells itself. You see, this guy's reached an age where he's got these really weird neck fat rolls that don't really make sense for anyone to have, but it happens to a lot of people at certain ages, I guess. And it's disturbing looking, yes. It looks like you have you have rolls on your head and neck. It's like fat is growing up your head. And that, I believe, that's the reason Kanye does what he does. He also looks like he's kind of going bald too. But I think this is the reason Kanye increasingly is acted out. Is like, and you know, you could say whatever you want to say, but I have plenty of other examples, whether it's Trump or Elon. When men's hair and their virality starts to go away or is threatened in some way, they'll do insane things, truly insane things. And all these men that are acting out in almost in every way, almost in any case, you can trace it back to some hair loss, penis size issue. There's something going on where they're going absolutely nuts and hiding everything. I mean, look at Trump, look at all these guys that are bald, and look at what they've done to prove they're not bald, to get you to not focus on that. They're building companies and flying to space to get you to not talk about how he also, yes, there's clearly photos of him being bald. That's what I think, guys. So, and anyone out there posting, you know, I mean, I hate to say this stuff because it just I start getting sucked into whatever the stories are, but I'll just keep it vague. Anyone throughout, since social media, anyone who posts mocking pictures of any political party, either side, whatever it is, whether it's Trump painting of him being nude or whatever it is, I really think that you might be the problem here, because you think you're doing something and then you do nothing. You post pictures of dead children in Gaza between your bikini OnlyFans pics. It's not doing anything. It's really just wiping the guilt off your hands and trying to create some kind of record that you were on the right side of history. When the truth is, you're only on the right side of history mentally, because you're not actually doing anything. You know, by posting Trump is a liar, Elon's a liar, whoever it is. I mean, it sounds like I'm on choosing a side, or I'm not. I'm saying if you post anything like this, like, you're not actually activated, you're not actually doing anything. It'd be like being alive in the time of slavery, and you're so opposed to it. But what you do is you draw satirical cartoons and hand it out to people about how stupid slavery is. That is not helping anyone. That's not doing anything. It's massive virtue signaling and trying to look like you did something. It's actually kind of the weakest maneuver ever, because you're not risking anything by posting, you know, what you think is comical, satirical, you know, political things. It's like that's moving the needle in no way. We should maybe take anyone who's ever posted political satire stuff and put them in jail. And then just start this precedent that, like, not everyone's funny, your points don't matter, and it doesn't change anything. Also, most importantly, you can only that's it. You can only post it if you're being funny, and you're only allowed to try to be funny if I say so. I want to be the new mod, Earth mod. I want to mod the internet. Anyone who thinks they're funny, it's got to go through me. It's going to be more than a full-time job, of course. We're going to have to probably take my mind and put it into AI somehow to extrapolate the rules of what Asher says is funny. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, yes. Next thing. I woke up this morning and the first thing I saw was this video of Nelly Furtado, who is now fat. And maybe that's too far. She's not fat compared to maybe America or anything, but she's fat compared to what she used to be. And anyone out there who thinks I'm a fat shamer, I don't think that's the case. I think there's a very big difference between someone who gains weight or is overweight, whatever you want to call it, and someone who made millions of dollars off of selling their sexy image and selling you sex songs, and, you know, continuing image issues for little girls probably from when they're children and they grew up watching your shitty music. So those people, if that person that made a career off of selling sex, if they get a little more overweight, I absolutely am going to mock them. Because I think they're trash humans, and they're not keeping their end of the deal. Their end of the deal was they're going to be sexy for us. That's, as you're a performer, I'm definitely tired of performers talking about this, like the pressure to be hot. Then don't do it. It's like joining the Olympics and go, there's a pressure to win these challenges. They're pressuring me to be in shape and win these challenges in the Olympics. Do not do it if you don't want to do it, guys. If you are trying to point out that Hollywood or the entertainment industry is evil and vain, you're about 279 years too late. You're joining the Church of Satan and then trying to say, like, something about this seems a little evil. Although that's even not a good comparison, because the Church of Satan isn't actually evil. It's like joining a group of pedophiles and then saying halfway through, going, something about this seems predatory. Like, you joined the group, the evil group, and then you try to point it out when you don't fit in enough, or you don't get the attention, or you want to get fat. But so I saw Nelly Furtado performing, and then I looked it up. Like, is this a controversy that she's now gained a bunch of weight? And I found an interview where she's talking about how she doesn't see why anyone would notice that, or it's not a big deal, and she's very happy with her body, and everyone in her home country looks like her. I'm like, I don't know where you're from, but also, and it's probably true. If she's probably like 50 years old, she theoretically, yes, she shouldn't have to try to look sexy. But again, you made millions of dollars. You made a career. You've never had to do physical shitty work like the rest of Americans that will suffer and not get dental care. So we're going to make fun of you if you get fat. That's the exchange. Celebrities should not be allowed to complain. They should not be. People should have like wooden sticks. Like TMZ, give TMZ wooden sticks. If a celebrity complains, just give them a little crack on the skull. You cannot complain, you little bitch. What else is going on? Oh yeah, I also always didn't like Nelly Furtado because she was a total race traitor. Now, I don't know what she is, but she sold the public on that she's white at first, because she had this hippie music with live drums and acoustic instruments. I am like a bird, I'll only fly away. And it was this, I'm a hippie, I'm like this earthy person. And then she immediately went fully black and was wearing Kangol hats and doing breakdancing. So I always was like, who is this person? And they're willing to do anything to be famous and to sell something here. Because pretty sure she's maybe a Latina of some type. Maybe I should have looked this up. But yeah, I think she's trash. And so I love that she's now overweight compared to her skinny self. And I have thought about this too, because as I get older and older, I am wondering, and I looked this up today and I found no answer, but I was wondering if there's a syndrome where I start seeing everyone as very ugly. Because the older I get, the more I really am repulsed by humans in general, but the less and less people I see as even generally humanly attractive. Like when I see people, overall, I go, I can't believe you two are married, I can't believe people are dating, I can't believe people aren't grossed out by everything about each other. Like I watched a couple the other day on some online, I don't remember what the YouTube rabbit hole I was in, but there was a couple and they were laughing about this idea that the husband didn't know what a Dutch oven was, and he discovered it when his wife taught him that, and they were laughing about it, and I was like, that's one of the grossest things I've ever heard in my life, period. And the idea of a marriage lasting through that seems impossible to me. I don't understand these things, but that's why I was like, maybe I have like a syndrome where I'm like maybe there's a thing where I just like am getting more and more grossed out by people the older I get, and it's a mental thing, and maybe I could take a drug for it. But I looked it up and I could not really find anything other than like body dysmorphia, but that's more like I'm not seeing people as they are not. I'm just grossed out by as they are, you know? Like any person I see, I go, that's a bag of skin with a lot of poop in it. That's basically all I think of. Poop and pus and gross stuff. I go, why would people want to be around that? Why would people like themselves? Also, yeah, I'm not saying I think I'm great. I'm grossed up by me. Maybe it stems from that. Maybe I'm grossed up by myself. But I just don't understand how humans can ignore stink. Stink is the worst thing in the world to me. It's the be all end all. But yeah, I couldn't find anything other than body dysmorphia. But maybe I should look up stink syndrome Is there a stink syndrome? Because I also do get weird phantom smells. There's this Walgreens I now I try to avoid, because there's literally this one circle area in this Walgreens where if I walk through it, I'll start to go, and I can't tell what the smell is. It's kind of chemical, but it doesn't even really smell that chemical. It's like it smells like. You know, like if you're in a sauna, or you can detect other human odor, and it's not necessarily foul odor, but it's just like maybe their pheromone. There's just something horrific about it. So I've been getting this kind of thing more and more as I get older too. I'm probably describing that I must have some type of brain cancer that's pressing up against like part of my brain that is controlling smell or something. Because I get whiffs of things, I go, what is that? It's not even like it smells overtly bad, but it's such a foreign and disturbing smell that I start to choke. So maybe I should look into that, but I don't know that I will. Oh, I've been thinking about this. There's a lot of songs that say, "Hey, Mr. DJ." And, I mean, whether it's Madonna, Rihanna, Biamba, Bilala. A lot of people say, "Hey, Mr. DJ" within a song. And I just find that odd, because every DJ's first name is DJ. DJ blank. DJ... I can't even think of any DJs. But no one's, "Hi, I'm David DJ." It's DJ David. DJ Coach. Not Coach DJ. So when you say, "Hey, Mr. DJ," it's like saying their first name. "Hey, Mr. DJ." It just seems like an oversight, guys. That's all I wanted to say. It seems like an oversight, grammatically speaking, that you wouldn't be saying Mr. DJ. You'd be saying Mr. and then the DJ's name. There's no point in saying the word DJ. I thought about this too. The older I get, this happens where if you work a job, you might be working for someone that's younger than you. And I've been, you struggle with those kind of things. You go like, am I right to feel that way as an older person? Or am I being an older person who's being lame by thinking there's some kind of status in your age, which in reality there truly isn't? And then I realized it's not our fault at all. In fact, we're taught our whole lives that someone younger than you is not in charge. Like whether it's in your family and your siblings, you're never taught that you're allowed to talk back to your parents, or like that you're in charge of them. It never flips like that ever. School's the same thing. Underclassmen, students, teachers. There are these clear roles of authority, and it's only based on age. It's not based on anything else. And then you get into the workforce and you reach a certain age, and that totally flips. But you were trained to never be subservient to someone younger than you. That doesn't even make sense. Like, I've never even thought of that. Like, think about like a senior in high school being bossed around by a freshman. It sounds funny because it's not possible. That's not a role anyone would. That doesn't exist. And then you have to adjust to that in real life when your actual life and money's on the line. It seems kind of dumb. So maybe we should develop different systems here, where we reduce status of teachers, and I'm trying to think of how this will work out. Maybe it won't. It's not going to work. I'm not going to think. I was just like, can I think about this? And go, I'm not even going to think about it. That's stupid. I'm not here to help. All right, let's get into the gates of hell. Let's just open it up and get right into it. Okay. Let's just do this, guys. I also have been waking up with this stupid idiot's V. This I don't even know how she says her name, but I call her V. This girl, her songs keep getting stuck in my head, and not in a good way. Let's get a refresher of what she does. Here's one of her big hits.
I need you to understand. To me, you're simply a peasant. I don't want to hold your hand, for I'm a grown-ass woman. Cause of your tiny little brain, I know it's hard to comprehend. I have to woman's-plain for you to understand, but that's fine, I'll do it again.
Do it again. God. So where do we start here? We've talked about it before. We've talked about this song before. I need you to understand you're simply peasant. So I looked her up, guys, and she is, thank God, English is a second language, which makes a little bit of sense, but when I listen to her talk, she speaks perfect English, so it doesn't actually make sense of why she's rhyming these words like this, or making words put together that don't rhyme. I need you to understand that you're simply a peasant. So maybe she's thinking, stand peasant, that you're simply a peasant. Stand peasant. It's like you're forcing these things that do not make sense in any way, but they're so fucked up that they do get stuck in my head because I'm like, that's horrible. You can't do that. Now let's listen to this one. I woke up and I literally sent Gabe a video of me in bed today because I woke up immediately with this in my head.
Open up when I knock, open up for show.
Open up when I knock, open up for sure. I'm afraid of the dark, not the mighty Lord. Let me inside, open up the door. I need to hide, they're coming back for more.
Oh my God. First of all, I mean, there's so many things to point out about this, how dumb it is. But I want to know what what does she think the sentence open up faux show means? What does open up faux show mean? Sincerely, what does the sentence open up for sure mean? It doesn't mean anything. You're just saying words. Open up when I knock. Open up faux show. I'm afraid of the dark, not the mighty Lord. Let me inside. Open up the. I mean, kill her. Kill her. And this is one of the people. Here's another reason why you should hate her, guys. Now, if you think like, well, it's just sad, she's making embarrassing music, you should know that she does stuff like this. She'll post, oh, I got 4 million views on this, when it's absolutely hate views. If you go to the comments, everyone is talking shit to her, or most people are, and she responds to almost all of them. And so she knows what she's doing. She's trying to agitate people and get the algorithm going, or she's delusional and really thinks she's defending herself to every single person who hates her. But she's one of these people who counts the views as, this means I'm good. Is ignoring the fact that half these comments, if not more, are mocking you, and focusing on that there is a lot of fat and psychotic and ugly people in the comments saying this is great. And that's who's saying that. That's the people in the comments. It's your fat, weird, ugly, disgusting families and weird people that you would never want to be around in real life. That's the people going, heart, this actually hits. This is fire. These are psychos. Or like baby children, which also you shouldn't want to hang around. But, so she gets in there and defends this shit, which is insane. And she's also just one of these, I don't know who built this package for these TikTok, Instagram musicians and told them, you just keep re-uploading the same song with a different video every day for months and months at a time, and it will annoy people enough that someone will start talking about it in a blog about how shitty it is. And that's all it takes to get 4 million views. Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia. We're in a beautiful age, guys. All right, that's going to be it for the Gates of Hell. Although, no, let me throw one more. Let me throw one last thing in. Matt Van Helen, friend of the show, sent this in, and it needs to be acknowledged also.
Say I feel like fucking Dumbledore. I feel like Dumbledore. Motherfucking Dumbledore.
Motherfucking Dumbledore.
I feel like Dumbledore. Oh. And say I feel.
I mean, again, as much as I hate this stuff and it drives me nuts, I also go like, this is what I prayed for as a child. This is the stuff me and my friends wanted to see, is a white rapper with punk spiked hair wearing a Middle Ages puffy, I don't know what we'd call that, jacket or outer coat, who's rapping about wanting to be, or feeling like he's part of Harry Potter. And the only words he uses is, I feel like Dumbledore. That's the kind of thing we would say. And now it's coming to life. So I'm very happy. Obviously, I'm very happy about this. Thanks, Matt V, for sending that in, guys. Send in the trash that you want to see me covered for show. Open up the dough. Open up for show. And I will try to get to it. I'm going to leave you guys with this. A Marine veteran was sentenced to 30 years in prison for killing his stepfather with an atomic wedgie. That's a real story. That really happened. That is the world we live in. And I'm not saying it like that's so sad. I'm saying it like maybe that's the best. That's the story that catches my eye. I guess I'll just say that. I care about this story a lot more than I care about reading about modern politics or whatever might be happening today in the White House. Right now, I'm diving into the story of how a Marine murdered his stepdad with an atomic wedgie. Check it out. It's cool. That was episode 188 of This World Blows. Oh yeah, I forgot to pull the red lights out, so you guys snuck a good set in there under the wire. Yeah, till next time. This was this is and was This World Blows, the comedy podcast, episode 188. Until next time, folks.